Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Don Thorup, the president of a company called SkyTrak. Thank you for joining us, Don.
Well, thanks, Fred. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Father's Day is coming up, and lots of fathers and mothers are big golf enthusiasts, and you've got technology to help them improve their game. Give us an overview of what SkyTrak is all about.
Sure. SkyTrak is a launch monitor that's been designed to be principally used by golfers in their homes. Basically, we've been able to take the technology that golf professionals use to get ready to play tour events and package that in a piece of hardware that consumers can use, and then have the data from each and every shot analyzed and recorded. From that data, they can see their different ball flight characteristics, speed and spin and angle, and then visually see the depiction of the shot. And so through a variety of software interfaces, they're able to practice and play and compete and challenge one another. And it's a great way for consumers to improve their golf games and also have fun doing it.
Now, I know there are different components, but describe the system for us from the basics on up.
Sure. Launch monitors come in different types of technology. Some are radar-based. Ours is a camera. It's a high-speed digital camera, and it's a motion-activated system, so that once the golfer strikes the golf ball, the system effectively activates, takes a series of pictures of the golf ball in a very small space once it's left the tee. We then take those images of the golf ball and process them through a series of algorithms to come up with the ball measurements. Those would be the launch angle, the speed and the spin, things like that. From there, we take that information and then put it in a flight model, and we're able to accurately depict what that ball flight would look like from that single shot by looking at the ball in a very small space right after launch.
So it's a not too big of a unit, though, right? And it's basically a computer with a camera.
Well, that's exactly right. It's a fairly small unit, and it sits near the golf ball, and it's a high-tech device. It's a high-speed camera, and supported by basically processing components, which then take the images and then transmit them either via Wi-Fi or through a USB connection to a tablet, a phone, computer, whatever kind of host device the customer wants to use.
And then describe for us where you're hitting the ball into. Is this part of the system, or?
Well, this is the fun part, because for years and years, golf practice, if you talk to many golfers, is somewhat a bit unfulfilling or a bit drudgery. And whether you're at the driving range, and it's difficult to gauge exactly how far the ball is going once it's gotten past a certain distance. But in our case, typically consumers are using this in their home. They're hitting into a net or a projection screen, and the beauty of the system is that you can get as simple or as complex as you'd like in terms of the surrounding elements. So at its basic, you simply need a mat and a net and, say, a phone, and that will give you all the information you need to use the SkyTrak app and one of our simulation partners to play golf courses. Or if you want to show that imagery on a flat panel screen, you can have it go out to that. Or if you want to go all the way up to full projection, as some of our customers do, and want to see the ball flight on a projection screen, you can have it that way as well. The beauty of the system is that customers can tailor the install to their home, to their space requirements, and we don't try to fit them into one size.
And you have subscription plans that go with this. Tell us how that all works.
That's right. So with the unit, customers are able to subscribe to the SkyTrak app, and that's a very robust, basically a practice application, and it's a simulated driving range, and it allows customers to do anything from as simple as just pound balls on the driving range to set targets at different distances, different shapes, sizes, difficulties, to use a randomizer feature that will basically present a target green at different distances for every shot that the customer is doing. So variability, much like around a golf, and all the way through to tracking their data, utilizing a bag mapping feature to see what the gaps are between the players' clubs, skills assessments to generate a SkyTrak handicap, and on and on. So it's a very robust application. But what's exciting after that is we offer 6 different interfaces to simulation partners. So if one of our customers wants to take the next step and play a full round of golf, we have 6 different options for them to pick from, and some are iOS based, the others PC, and the customer can decide which application best suits their needs. And so the flexibility to pick and choose across simulation partners has been really valuable for SkyTrak customers.
Well, tell us how pricing works for the hardware and the subscription.
Sure. The hardware typically sells for $1,995. During the Father's Day promotional period, there is a $300 off promotion running right now, so it's $1,695. The SkyTrak app has a $99 annual fee, and then our simulation partners price their packages differently. And so they run anywhere from, say, $99 a year to $300 a year to a one-time charge of, say, $750. And so it just depends on, again, the customer preferences as to which package they'd like to get.
And on the site, you also can help people out setting up the whole simulation scenario if they've got the room for it, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And what's so wonderful is that our customers send us pictures. We actively solicit them of their installations. And what's so great is we see, since SkyTrak has got such a flexible footprint, we see installations that range anywhere from someone in New York City who has hung a bed sheet or a blanket over a door frame and is hitting into that in their small apartment in New York, to setups in Colorado during the winter on the deck with heaters going, to garage setups, to full bonus rooms that have been completely configured for a deep immersive simulation experience. And so through those images, customers are able to visualize how the SkyTrak unit and the setup might work in their space. And then we also have a very active SkyTrak users group that is completely run by SkyTrak users on Facebook. And that group actively supports one another with recommendations on different setups for mats and nets and cages and projectors and things like that. If a customer wants to do a custom install, we have the ability to refer them to one of our partner installers who can work directly with them on, say, a larger custom install in their home.
And I guess bottom line is for a lot of people, how much is this going to help? And it's going to vary by the individual, but how much can this help a person's game?
Well,
they're going to see what they're doing wrong. Do they learn how to do it right?
Yes, and in fact, I think that's the key. So, if you think about someone who's avid about golf, or wants to learn golf, or wants to get better at golf, what they really need is feedback, and they need to see ball flight. They need to begin to understand what the numbers mean in terms of launch and spin and things like that, and what effect those numbers have on the flight of the golf ball. And so whether they are starting out in the game and simply trying to make consistent contact with the golf ball, or they are more advanced in the game and they're trying to practice certain types of shots, perhaps learn how to hit a draw or fade or something like that, the feedback is what is key to get them the knowledge that they need in order to perform. Once they've got access to that information and can see that ball flight, then they can take action with regards to their swing and their performance that will help them improve. Some of the best times for us are after winter gives way to the spring golf season, and we get lots of emails and comments from players who have used SkyTrak through the winter and have stayed current with their game. And we get notes from them that say how excited they are because when they went out on the golf course the first few times in the spring, there was no catching up to do from leaving off in the fall. That they're current, that they're even better in some instances than they were when they stopped in the fall.
Terrific. And I guess you're making use of the technology here, but the technology is getting better and better all the time. So plenty of opportunities for you going forward too.
Yes, there are, and I think the uniqueness of the device and the ease of use of it lends itself to a broad-based community, if you will, that we can connect for events and tournaments and competitions and different things like that. So we look forward to taking some of the next steps towards utilizing this technology as a driver to broaden the experience.
Terrific. For more information, people can go to skytrakgolf.com. It's track, T-R-A-K, skytrakgolf.com. Don Thorup, thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and your audience.
Now this. Innovation. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and I've been covering consumer technology for a long time, and it takes a lot to impress me. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the latest way to enjoy cooking in the great outdoors from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. What if you could harness the sun to cook your meals anywhere you go, day or night? The GoSun Fusion arrives this summer using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage, and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co and use the code TEXTINATION to save 10%. That's gosun.co.